Let's see if I can get this all situated. All right. Let's see. It is going to be hopefully not a long night, hopefully a short one. Hopefully I can get this all done in the short amount of time that I can. Let's see. Live chat. Yo! What is up, man? Let's see if I can get this all done in a reasonable time. I gotta. What's up, man? Life's been busy. It's been busy. A lot of work. Hopefully, I'll be able to sleeve some of this manga up, and we can get like a late night discussion in, whether it be about video games or comics or manga or whatever it may be. But yeah. Let's see. So I got a lot of manga, man. I got a ton here that we need to get all sleeved up. All of this is shipments that I went crazy for Christmas. I didn't really buy any video games for Christmas. I bought nothing but reading material. Well, no, that's a lie. Because I actually did buy something for January, so. Alright. Let's see. Let's get these here. I'm probably going to need about 2 of these. And maybe 1 A5. Probably going to need 1 of those. Let's see. Let's put those back up. Ugh. And I'm probably going to use a couple of these as well. All right. So you guys are going to get a glimpse to some of the new stuff I've been reading. Let's see. What do I got here? Okay, got a couple of A5s. So I'll do. These are the poncho sleeves. Oh wait. Actually, let's put this to the side. All right. So I finally got number 3 of Yankees. Finally. I don't know how many of y'all know about that cat gang manga. This was like, I put this on hiatus for a while because I just was not, I don't know, I just put it on hiatus. But I already sleeved this one up, but I did happen to get 4, 5, and 6. So I got them all. The set is done. Finally. I got the whole thing. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna sleeve this up. How's everybody else? How are you guys doing so far in the new year? The new year just started for a couple. Well, New Year just started, and it's already gone badly for a couple of my friends. Car crashes, house burglaries, and well, I wouldn't say burglaries. Like someone stole a generator from my friend's house. So it's been quite the beginning of the year for some people. As a matter of fact, let me take these all out because let me see, can I tilt this to where it's a bit brighter? Yeah, there we go. I hope everybody else out there is doing good. So, yeah, that is a terrible way to start the new year. It's crazy. It is, yeah, it's been like that for a lot of my buddies for the past couple of months, actually. I'm doing fine. Some infighting and tensions are high, not as bad as your friends, though. Yeah, some of my friends, it's been bad. It started in December, and then it just led all the way into the new year, so it hasn't been good. for them. But I I know it's probably gonna pick up positively because my friends they're the optimistic types, so I'm sure they're gonna be a-okay. All right, let's get to sleeving up some manga. Does anybody still read manga now? Because I know the comic book industry is kind of fleeting, and a lot of my friends they stopped reading comics. I kind of still read comics here and there, but in the progress of finishing Scarlet Nexus. Oh, that's the game by Namco Bandai. I've been wanting to actually purchase a copy of Scarlet Nexus actually, but I Scarlet Nexus is one of those games where I was interested in getting Scarlet Nexus and then I kind of forgot it was a thing. But you actually just reminded me about that. Yeah, Scarlet Nexus looks really, really cool for the first time when I saw it. I enjoy manga then, but mostly the odd stuff. Yeah, I enjoy the weird stuff too. I mean, look at this. I mean, I enjoy the weird stuff as well. So, I mean, it's basically a gang manga, but it's about street cats. But whenever they're fighting, they'll show it as in human form. So, I like this one. I finally get a chance to finish it. I got a lot of manga here, so we're probably gonna be hopefully doing this for a little bit. Hopefully not too long because I eventually want to at least get off and like read. Space is a major issue. Yes. Um, Yo, what's up? Space. I actually ran out of space on my gaming shelf. So what I had to do now is I had to actually like kind of triple stack things on my shelf. But I have so much games. It's to the point where now the shelves are starting to bend. I got a manga collection, like 400 plus volumes, and I read only about 10% of my collection. I watch mainly, what is this? Let me see. You watch mainly anime, but definitely need to fix that this year. Yeah. Uh, let me see. I still read manga, halfway done with the collecting of. Oh, Ruby. Ruby's a good one, I hear. I have not given up on reading manga. Good. Never give up. um, Manga collecting is I know a couple of people who have large collections and they don't finish reading them. But think about it like this. You have plenty of reading material if you should ever lose your job or when you retire. You got plenty of reading material. So there's the plus there. Now, if you're like me and you run out of space, uh, hope for the best. I read a bunch of stuff last year. Akira Nashia. I probably pronounced that wrong. Pun Pun. Oh, good night Pun Pun, right? Good night Pun Pun is the Inoue Asano book manga. The thing with Good Night Pun Pun is like it tore one of my friends down into a Great Depression, and I was like, I don't think I want to read this now. That was the only thing about Good Night Pun Pun that I know. G Wing Glory of Losers is a great manga. G Wing I never heard of. Probably gonna have to check that out. You know what's funny is that I've been I've been trying to. I'm probably gonna make a video about this too. Um, Most definitely, I'm probably gonna make a video. It's not gonna be a streaming video, but I noticed that every time I try to look up a lot of um, manga from YouTubers, I noticed that a lot of YouTubers all have the same collections. Like a lot of, so it's hard for me to kind of like you know look at one person's collection and then go to immediately to another because the collections are so similar. Uh, let's see. Flowers of Evil. I haven't heard of Flowers of Evil, but I'm always open to trying out new stuff. Let's see. Nausea from the Valley of the Wind. It's a Ghibli. Oh, it's Studio Ghibli. Okay, check that out. I collect manga series if I enjoy the anime version. See, okay, so the thing with me is I don't watch anime at all. Um, I, I, like I say, like I always tell you guys, I'm pretty sure I have some form of OCD because I find it really hard to sit and watch television. Um, Reading a book, I guess I think it's because I played so much video games as a kid. My hands always have to be busy, so I always have to like have something in my hand. So I always find that reading and turning pages is a lot easier for me to get into because I find it quite difficult. So before I continue, sleeving. Do you guys remember I was reading this? Okay, so I made it like a quarter of the way through it, right? This is a light novel, if you guys don't know, of Classroom of the Elite. And I was having trouble getting through this because reading traditional novel styles is really hard for me. I'm starting to notice because like it just takes longer, and I just kind of find it boring because there's no illustrations in it, right? So I had so much trouble trying to get through this, and I made it a quarter through. Then I just said, screw it. I'm just gonna I'm gonna get the manga. So I ended up getting the manga. I got one, two, three. Let's see, four. I got five. I got six. I got volumes one through six. So I just because when I was reading this, I did enjoy what I was reading, like it's entertaining, but I find myself like I'll read it and then I'll put it away on the shelf and I forget it exists. And I just never went back to it. And then I noticed that I would read like a chapter a year. And I was just like I'm tired of doing that. I'm tired of reading a chapter a year. That's not gonna happen anymore. Um the other thing I kind of noticed, and this is I'm probably gonna put this in another video because I'm pretty sure a lot of people aren't going to they're probably not going to watch this stream. So a long time ago, I made a video talking about these things that I use for my sleeving on my manga. And let me see if I have it. So this one that I did in my video, the B6, is kind of like I guess the best way for me to explain it is like this is the traditional style size of sleeve. I noticed that let me see if I can find who prints this. Okay, so this is Yen Press. Yen Press does this one, right? I noticed that 7C's prints in a traditional style format. Most of the time, you'll see Viz Media and what's another one? Kodansha. They'll print in which is called, I think this is the bancho size sleeves, which is this, and then you have the B6, which is the traditional. You can't really see it unless I turn it sideways, but if you can tell, the yen press is bigger. This is the standard US size, which is this I think it's called bancho sleeves. And the thing with yen 7Cs, they print in traditional Japanese style format. So it's smaller. I noticed that because I bought a bunch of 7C's books for the holidays, and I noticed that they're all smaller. So I'm probably gonna have to do like a huge like order on getting B6 sleeves because before I wasn't really getting much much tradition like this sized books, but now I mean I got Classroom of the Elite, and then there's going to be another manga that's coming out that I really want to read called I dude I don't even remember what it's called. I just know what the artwork looks like, but it kind of looks like Doro Hidoro. Is that what you call it, right? Doro Hidoro. It kind of the artwork kind of reminds me of that, but it's not that same artist. That's the thing. I'm more into anime movies instead of series. I'm way out of the loop on modern anime. I still have some older shows like Cowboy Bebop. Dude, you just named every favorite anime in the world that I just love. Cowboy Bebop, Samurai Champloo. One of my personal favorites that I really, really love is Furikuri. That was at a that was a time when I was watching anime. You know, I was probably still in. I think I think I was middle school. I was probably watching anime. I'm old now. I have gray hairs on my chin now. So it's been a while. I have the Furikuri book manga too. I have that one. I will say though, the Furikuri manga isn't as good as the anime. It's the first time where I was just like, I prefer the anime than the manga. Because I have the manga, but the manga isn't really fun to read, unfortunately. I know you don't watch anime, but if you ever have the chance, check out anime film Perfect Blue. I watched Perfect Blue. Perfect Blue was fantastic. That's the one with the girl who's like an idol singer, right? And then some bad things happen, and um, she becomes a movie star at some point, and some more bad stuff happens. Can't trust people in that industry, man. You cannot trust people in that industry. That's a good one though. Perfect Blue. I would love to read Perfect Blue as a manga. Look at that. I will say this: the Classroom of the Elite, like artwork is really really good. I personally enjoy the classic style '80s anime. I enjoy the classic stuff too. Things like Ghost in a Shell, or what was another one? Is it Bubblegum Crisis? Is that one too? You can't trust the entertainment industry these days. Yeah, I'm actually reading a manga that actually kind of dives into that, and I've already told you. Well, I sent out a post on YouTube about the one I'm reading right now that kind of talks about that. The artwork in this manga is so good. It's really good. Um, but yeah, there's one that I'm reading right now that dives into that dark world of the entertainment industry, and it's really it's weird because the artwork on the cover signifies that it might be bubbly and it might be nice and cute or stuff, and it's like no, it gets dark like close to the end, and you're like, oh my god, so just so good. Bubblegum Crisis was a classic. Orange Road is super nostalgic. Orange Road is one I've never heard of. I never heard of Orange Road, but um, I'm trying to remember another one that I've seen that was from the 80s to 90s, and I can't think. Oh wait, I did see one. I think it was called Wicked City. It was one that I seen a long time ago. My friend showed me that one. What about Silent Mobius? Never heard of Silent Mobius. I have a what do you call it? A my anime list. I made one of those back in 2017 just so that I can stay up to date with some of the things I might be missing. Especially if it has if there is an anime and it has a manga, I would much prefer to read the manga than to watch the anime. That's like the same thing with this, like with Classroom of the Elite. Like I know that there's a anime, but I much prefer to read it. I hope that I don't run out of B6s because I did order more. Um, but I hope I don't run out because that would suck. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to. Well, I did order more, but I hope more shows up. There was an anime that I did test out because a lot of people were talking about it. Oh, it was Chainsaw Man. I watched a couple of episodes of Chainsaw Man, and I thought Chainsaw Man was okay. It doesn't blow me away though. Do you have anything by Osamu Tezuka? What did he do? If you tell me what he did, then I probably can tell you. What is this? I want to get into Rumiko Takashi stuff. What did that mangaka do? Because I don't know too many artists except for like Inoue Asano, and then you have like Junji Ito. The mainstream popular ones for now, until I get really really into certain artists. Like what's another one? What the guy that did Akira? Uh not there's the guy that did Knights of Sidonia. What's his name? Sutomu Nihei. That's another one that I know. The guy who did Akira, what's his name? I keep forgetting. And I love the guy who did Nihei Akira because he his artwork taught me how to draw scale when I was doing comics. Us. I need to order more of these because I'm about to run out. I can tell. I'm trying to run through these as fast as possible so I don't keep you guys up too late. Yeah. And I know everybody has things they much rather be doing, unless some of you guys are at work. Because I know sometimes I'll do these streams and some of you guys are at work. Oh, Inuyasha. Oh, Yurise Yatsura. That's an anime I've been dying to get into. That's an old school comedy. Um, I definitely need to get into that. Katsuro Otomo. That's the one. Yes. Thank you. I knew I remember. I forgot his name. Um, Akira is another good one. The only problem is I'd much rather watch the anime than read those giant books, only because I wish they would do a re-release on that in small format because I don't want to read those giant books because you need like a Bible stand to read those things. Those things are too huge for my liking. A lot of the times I like to read my manga like lying down. Um, That's why it's kind of hard for me to read Homunculus sometimes because that book is so big. And I remember when I originally like read it um, in its original format, it was in small like uh, what do you call it? It was in where is it? It was in this size format, which is the A5. But yeah, I bought Berserk. What? I saw Berserk. Yeah, I bought the volume of Berserk and it was too massive to read. Yeah. Berserk is one. Another one that's one is like what is it? Detect Master Keaton is one. Monster, all of those books. Those books are like you want to read them, but they're just so big and they take up so much space. Um Another one was like a lot of the Junji Ito stuff, like Gyo and Uzumaki. Those manga too, those giant omnibus. I actually had to take that to like a I actually finished those books in like a card store. I was like in a card shop and watching and people were playing like Magic the Gathering around me and I actually just finished reading the book on one of those giant tables because like I couldn't read it at home. I didn't want to read it on a dinner table. So I just took it to a shop and then just kind of blanked out and finished it there. But that was such a gripping read. I finished it in a couple of hours. Osamu Tezuka, the anime film Metropolis. I've never read Metropolis. I didn't even know that was a manga that exists. Also, remember, I have only been reading manga since 2017. So wait, how long is that? That's like 7 years now, right? Wow. I've been in the game for a minute. I need to. I actually think manga is well enjoyed on an OLED tablet. You get deeper blacks and whites. You don't lose space on the physical volumes. This is true. However, I miss out on the joy of turning the page. That's my only thing. There's something about like the smell of the paper and the turning of the page that I really enjoy that digital doesn't work for me. That's why I also find it kind of hard sometimes for me to get into webtoons. I did read. I was dedicated to two webtoons at one point, and then I just got tired because like I couldn't do this, you know. But there were two webtoons I actually like was really dedicated to, and one was called um damn, what was it called? Uh Damn, I forgot. But it's something simple. It's like insect. something. It's not insect something, but it has something to do with insects. It was like a horror manga about like giant bees or something like that, and they were attacking people. Think of The Walking Dead, but instead of like dead zombies, it was giant insects, and it wasn't blue gender. It wasn't that. But I forgot what it was called. But it was a really cool webtoon. And then I was reading another one that actually got turned into a television show on Netflix. I think it was called Sweet Home. I was reading that. That was good for a little bit, and then I just got tired of like always going to like uh my phone and all that stuff. It wasn't as fun. I'm a weird guy, man. Don't mind me. I'm super strange. I plainly I'm a guy that likes physical everything for some apparent reason. I just like to touch things and flip through pages and you know hold on to stuff no matter what. I don't know why. All right. So Classroom of the Elite is is fully fully done. I'm gonna have to put those on my shelf soon. Well, pretty soon. All right. So this, I think, this is pretty much it for the B6 size. I think. Yeah. See, I'm that way with magazines too. Like Game Pro mags. I know you like New Type, so New Type is a magazine I need to get into for sure. Um, but New Type is expensive to import. What is this? Ode to Cojito? MW Apollo song. Let me see. There was some manga he released 7 decades ago. I feel like Princess Knight is one that I've heard of before. That sounds familiar. Tezuka passed away in 1989. Oh man, that sucks. Let's not even talk about uh famous Japanese people who passed away. I was actually I don't know why, but like Samurai Champloo popped into my head this evening, and I was driving home, and I was like, man, I really want to listen to some new Jabis. And I started listening to it, and I was like, man, I remember this. I remember when he passed away, and it like hit everybody in the anime community. Like everybody was talking about it. I just got the latest issues from Nintendo Dream from Japan. Reminds me of the good old days of Nintendo Power. I miss Nintendo Power. Well, I didn't read a lot of Nintendo Power because I didn't have Nintendo. I didn't have a Nintendo console by the time I was old enough to buy my own stuff. So I had a lot of Game Pro, Electronic Gaming Monthly, and Game Informer. Those are the ones I had. Here is another series that I am addicted to right now, Ameriuko-chan. This is hands down one of the best and the funniest horror mangas I've ever read in my life. It is hilarious, but it's terrifying at the same time. It's really good. I definitely recommend this. If you guys have never read Maruko-chan, give it a go. Read the first volume, and you don't even need to read the whole thing. Just read the first 4 pages, and you'll be hooked. It's so good. I should get around to getting all the volumes of Gantz. Good luck. Good luck with Gantz. Gantz is like I remember when I was trying to get Gantz and it was like out of print everywhere, and then they re-released it, and it was giant omnibuses, and I was like, oh man, like that's gonna take up way too much space, like in my on my shelf. Wait a minute, this is what size is this? Okay, I'm gonna use for the Maruko-chan. I'm actually gonna use some new sleeves that I got, because I just want to use some new stuff. Vagabond is the one I got my friend into, and then he got mad at me because he couldn't find all of them. So through Maruko-chan is how I found what is that? Dan 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 Dan? I've never heard of Dan 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 Dan. I'm gonna have to look that up now. Wait, as a matter of fact, let me write that down. Let me put this to the side. Because if it is as good as you say, I will. Let's see. Do I have any paper in here? No. Oh, here we go. Let's let's reach over. I'm going to put that in my notes so that I can hold it for later. You said Dan, 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 Dan. So if you guys have any more manga recommendations, let me know. Because let's just do manga. How many Dan Dans was that? Oh no, it's dying. I need another one. There we go. Dan, 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 Dan. I'm gonna put that here, and I'm gonna keep that because I need to look that up. I've been diving into a lot of different genres when it comes to manga now because I heard that I got some great advice from this old guy, and he said that a lot of people burn out on reading comic books because they only read superheroes. So he reads all kinds of different manga, all kinds of different comics, and I was like, I should probably apply that to manga instead of reading just shonens or seinens or isekais. I should get into like romance and horror and thrillers and dramas. That way, I don't burn myself out. Speaking of so much stuff to look into, right? Yeah. Speaking of horror comedy, have you watched Gakko Garashi, Slice of Life Zombies? What? No. And what's up, Oricon? How are you, buddy? Long time no speak. I'm gonna write that down too. Gakko Garashi. That sounds. Slice of Life Zombies. That sounds hilarious. I'm gonna look that up tonight when I'm done sleeping. What's this? What do you look for in manga? Are you looking for story, character interactions and developments, or world building? Um, to be completely honest with you, I think it would be more developments to me. I noticed like okay, so like when I read Maruku-chan, um although I like Miruku-chan as a character, I'm more interested in how her story develops. I'm more interested in how she gets from point A to point B. The same thing with High School of the Elite. I was already reading volume 1, and although personally this lead character, where is he? This kid, I forget his name, but he's kind of dull. Like I just don't find him interesting right now. But the thing is that I don't find any of these characters interesting, but the situation that they're in is what makes this story compelling. Because I like the idea of the elite classroom has to like get through their school. I think that's cool. So I think I'm not really much into world building. I think that's more of a fantasy thing, and that's one genre I stay away from is fantasy. Because for some reason I don't enjoy it. But there is a book in here that will completely null and void what I just said, because because it's fantasy, but it's comedy too. Sorry, it's Dan da Dan. Oh, okay. I'll fix that. Uh, okay, so it's Dan da Dan. Okay, let me just get rid of that, and I'll just write it here. Dan da Dan. I'll look that up. So let's see what else we got. Try Agaki. It's a classic Mangjang manga. Oh my God, yes! Give me more of those. I started reading Blue Lock. Speaking of like manga that's like outside of my comfort zone, which is a sports manga. Uh, um, Mahjong feels like a sports manga. So, Akagi. What did I say? Agaki. That's what I said first, right? Also, what is it? Nausea of the Valley of the Wind. They have a hardcover version too. No, is it a big book? Is it a big book? Because if it's a big book, I'm gonna have to pass on that one. But I'll write it down nonetheless. Let's see. And then this one has the two dots on top. I think I remember that one actually. Like I mentioned earlier, a Gundam Wing Glory of Losers is a good drama manga. I read a lot of Gundam, but I think um Call Me Can't Communicate I read. I already have that one. It's not in my immediate collection, but I read a little bit of that online. I do like Call Me Can't Communicate. That one's actually very entertaining. Um, but oh, back to the Gundam thing. I was reading Gundam manga. The problem with Gundam manga is I think Unicorn ruined me. I hated Unicorn. I did not like Gundam Unicorn, but I think I'm also very biased when it comes to Gundam because I think I only enjoy um, Gundam Wing, and Gundam Wing is hands down to personally is like the worst one. I don't think Gundam Wing is all that great, but I love. I can admit that it's my favorite. It's my guilty pleasure, is what I mean. Um, I'm sure you guys got guilty pleasures, like you know that there's this thing that sucks, but screw it, you like it anyway. That's how Gundam Wing is to me. Gundam Wing is like the weakest of the link, but I love it. These are new sleeves that I've been testing out for a while. They're not bad, but I like the fact that when I use them on Bancho size books, they have a lip at the top. The other ones don't do that. And I like having the lip at the top because it's easier to take out of my bookshelf. But uh oh wow, you guys are leaving a lot of stuff in the chat. I gotta pay attention. Have you gotten into Taiyo Matsuo's work? Ping Pong is my favorite from him. I haven't read it yet, but I heard Sunny was his best. I haven't read neither one of those. I didn't know any of those actually existed. But is it something I need to check out? Is it worth it? I think it's a fairly big book. Uh, vo- Volume 7. Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it's a sports type manga. Also, kind of like martial arts. A young savant squaring off against increasing power. Okay, so it's like a chess manga, but it looks awesome. Like you ever read those sports mangas and it feels like people are throwing fireballs? Does it sound like that? Like what was it? Like Shaolin soccer. That's good stuff right there. So the catch. Okay, so when I was talking about the lip, you see this like clear part at the top. So when you put your manga in your bookshelf, you grab it from here and you tilt it out. So it's easier to take out of your bookshelf without scraping the bottom of the book. The only thing with this size is that it overshoots. So here, so you would literally have to. What I do is I just cut these off because I don't need it that big. That's the only thing about this, but it has the lip at the top that I want. So there we go. So this one's done. Oh, Maruko-chan Volume 8. I can't wait. If you guys haven't been reading this, you need to read it. It's so good. I heard it's got an anime, but I haven't watched it yet. I'll probably just watch probably one episode and then call it a day. But I probably should. I probably should watch it. Uh, let's see. Oh wow. All right. Here we go. I hope they put out more of the Dora Hedoro anime. Might get the manga instead. Um, I read Dora Hedoro. Well, not all of it, but I read. I think I read the first 4 volumes of Dora Hedoro. I do like Dora Hedoro, but um, I think I don't remember what it was, but there is something about Dorohedoro that was kind of tough for me to get into because I think that one's like a dark fantasy. It comes off as somewhat, but it's an interesting dark fantasy, and the artwork is very gritty, and I enjoy that quite a bit. But I don't know what it is about Dorohedoro that like I just never went back and read, and I probably should because that artist, she's really good. She's she's better than a lot of artists today. So definitely need to probably give that another try. Let's do that. Okay. And then we will cut this. I'm wondering if I wish there was an easier. See, when I purchased these covers, um, and I'm probably gonna give a review on these too. I'm gonna probably make a video about these because I feel like my other video only showcased the other three. It didn't showcase these new sleeves that I'm using. Um, I'll give my honest review on these when I get time, because I did notice like I haven't done a what do you call it, a manga collection overview in 2 years. I haven't done one in 2 years. The last one I did was back in what 2022, 21. It was a while ago, so I should definitely uh dude, Maruko-chan is so good. It's it's really really good. um I got into this series when it first released, and I got into it just because I was just curious, and the first 3 pages immediately grabbed me. And once I saw those first 3 pages, I noticed that I kept reading it, and I could not wait until the next one came out. And then I noticed that I started buying all of them. Man, Maruko-chan to me, it's a sleeper hit. But that I mean, I'm biased because I'm a fan, you know. So I think it's amazing. This is uh this is probably one of my favorite comedies of all time. Monthly Girls Nazaki-kun, and I I I I got into this by complete accident. It's a comedy. It's just a slice of life comedy about kids in high school. But the only thing that sucks about this is that it only comes out once a year. The artist takes a long time. She takes a very long time, and every time I think the series is done, a new one comes out. So it takes forever for her to finish a volume. Well, I take that back. It takes the translators forever because I think the manga is actually ahead in Japan. I don't know. I have to do some research on that because I think they're ahead. I'm just assuming, but it only comes out once a year now. But Nozaki-kun is probably hands down my favorite comedy manga of all time. I love this manga. It's so good. Why is it not going in? Okay, thank you. Why is it so? What is happening? What? Okay, there we go. Do you have Azuma Manga Daho? No. What is that? Explain. I do not have that. Why is it fitting so tight? I don't understand. It doesn't usually fit this tight. I do not have that manga, by the way, though. Unfortunately. Oh, it does fit sort of tight. Did they change the scaling on this? Do my other? I wonder if my other. I think my other ones do fit this tight, but this one was kind of hard to slide on. I don't know why. But yeah, this manga is great. It's another slice of life series. Had an anime and a single omnibus manga. No, I haven't. Hold on. You said it's slice of life, so I'm down for reading that. I'm down for that. Let's see. Let's write that down. Azumi manga. Dial. I'll check that out. I've yet to get a Full Metal Panic novels and the Gundam Origins. Gundam Origins is the thick hardcover books, right? Those are the ones that cost like $25 per book. Those things are a marvel to look at. They're great. The only problem is that man, those books are thick. But they don't seem like they're tough to read through like other ones. Those are actually pretty good. This is Happy Sugar Life. This is a what do you call it? Uh, a drama thriller murder mystery. No, it's not a murder mystery. It's a drama thriller psychological thriller. This is fantastic. I'm happy I got the final volume because I've been waiting to get the final volume for a while now. Hold on, let me just double check and make sure what size sleeves I got this on. Uh, okay, so I'm using I'm using the big ones. Um, but yeah, Happy Sugar Life is I got these I got all of them now. So this set is now complete as well. Um, I remember Happy Sugar Life was the only manga that I actually went out of my way because I was so impatient uh, for the English release. I actually imported the first volume and attempted to read through it in Japanese. That and didn't go well, but at least I have a Japanese copy of it. I guess that's a plus. But yeah, if you haven't read Happy Sugar Life or watched the anime, oh my god. Uh I will say this. It's kind of tough to recommend only because like it dives into some very dark territory. Especially from a woman's perspective. It dives into some dark stuff. I think that's why I like it. Is because it's so different. Like usually you see it from a male's perspective. But when it's from a female's perspective, it's like a different level of crazy. I kind of dig that. Let's try and do this. There we go. And now, let's get this off. Oh, I dropped my tea. I'm definitely gonna. I ordered some different sizes of these same brand because I didn't realize that these were longer than expected. Um, but I guess that's why I'm testing these out so I can give you guys some better recommendations just in case you want to import these. Uh, yeah, mostly what? Yeah, mostly because Full Metal has a new series called Full Metal Panic. Wait, Full Metal Panic Family? What? I feel like there's new manga and anime coming out like every other month. Okay, here's a series I've fallen in love with by complete accident. Pleasure and Corruption is um how do I explain this one? It's like an erotic thriller. It's weird. It's like a sexual erotic thriller. It's very psychological psychologically it's damaging. for the main character, and it makes you like terrified for him sometimes because he's around some twisted girls, man. But it's really it's a really neat read if you want something different that that has like an adult flavor to it. I would definitely recommend Pleasure and Corruption for sure. It's the sequel to it. Oh, to Full Metal Panic. Oh no, Full Metal. Okay. Gundam is like Super Sentai levels of just having different versions of things. All right, so we're done through almost not even well close to half, but not half yet. But I need to put we need to use the B6s for this one because this is the kind of bigger scale. I'm gonna have to do another review video soon, so that you know what you know what I wish a lot of a lot of manga. Well, I wish American manga, English translated manga, had those obi strips around their books like the Japanese do, because I feel like they would help sell more things like anime and different networks they can probably watch, but they don't do that. I wish they did. Ah, Golden Kamui. Golden Kamui is great. I love Golden Kamui, man. I'm actually missing a volume. 29 is missing, but yo, sup, man? Finally able to catch one of your lives. Yeah, welcome. Um, yeah, there's still time because I still have stuff to sleep, so you still have time. Golden Kamuy is probably hands. Well, is it my favorite seinen? Well, it's the only seinen that I have where I'm completing, where I'm reading it all the way up to this far. Because the other seinen that I think is a complete masterpiece is Pluto. I think Pluto is a masterpiece, but this is the first seinen that I've been reading and collecting past like 10 volumes. I gotta be careful when I'm flipping through this one because it has some adult stuff. So there's that. Uh, yeah, but Golden Kamui. Oh my God, this freaking guy. This guy. Ah. Let me show you guys something. So this is a character from Golden Kamui that I love. He's my favorite character. This is Hayakonosuke from Golden Kamui. I I I I saw this in a comic book store. I was like, saw this in a comic book store, and I was shocked that they had Golden Kamui like figures. And I don't really buy figures, but I had to buy this because I love this manga. It's so good, so good. All right. Yeah, if you guys don't know Golden Kamui, man, I will definitely recommend this for sure because it is. Oh man, it is a jewel. It is a gem. It is definitely a gem. I use some big sleeves too. Let's go ahead and put that here. Yeah, but I definitely gotta get volume 29, but volume 29 is sold out like everywhere. I couldn't find it. It's the only reason why I'm missing it is because I was trying to get it, but it was gone. That bear scene in Golden Community is iconic. Yeah, that's like in the I think that's in the first volume too. Dude, there's a Golden Kamui anime. Um I tried to watch the anime, but the 3D effects kind of bug me. I don't know why. It just does. Like there's something with that that 3D effect is just it's bothering. It bothers me, and I don't know why. I feel like it shouldn't. But Golden Kamuy is so good. If you don't know about Golden Kamuy, it is uh, it is drama filled, and it has a cool premise, man. Why? Why is this one? Why is this one so? Wait, are we getting close to the end? You see how much thicker that is? Volume 30 to 28. I know 31 comes out soon, but 28 is like a lot thinner. Is it? Is it coming to a close? Well, if it is, which is a plus, that means I got them all. So, not feeling too bad about that. I wonder how hard. Dude, I noticed that a lot more people are reading manga now. A lot of people are starting to read manga. It's not it's not it's not it doesn't feel like it's as niche as it used to be anymore. Like I even like some of my old buddies that used to be heavily into comic books, they're reading manga now. Like a lot of them had put me on something called Kaiju number 8, which I gave a try. I liked that one, but it wasn't I didn't want to continue to read it, but I did like it when I read the first volume. I only seen the anime. I didn't like the first season that much, but the second season and the third season was amazing. Dude, it's so good. It's so good. I don't know what they showed in the first and second seasons, but I know it by volumes. And I know that I know that there was a scene that really like I was like I was hooked. And it was right after that arc with the dude with the fisherman prisoner, the guy who was like always in the sea and such. And I know I was hooked right around that part, that arc. Oh, that and the guy who embalms bodies. That one was pretty dope too. And they were trying to like create the different skins. Like that was pretty cool. Why does this name? This name is familiar. Satoru Noda. Is it? This can't be his first book. I feel like this guy has done other books. Hmm. So good. Such a great series. All right. All right. We're done with the first pile, and now we're going to the second pile. All right. So I got into this new series, and it's this. Madako Kuroa's is impervious to my charms. So I got this series because it just seems nutty, and I like the idea that like this beautiful girl can't get like this nerdy guy to like her. And I just think it's hilariously funny. I read a little bit of the first volume, but I haven't read them all. So, but I did end up buying one, two, three, and four. So I'm up to date with all of these. I just we just need to get there. Now, what size does this take? Let's see. Does this also take Padoka? Let me see. I think this is a little bit bigger, actually. Okay, this one's gonna fit kind of tight, right? Let me see. Yep. All right. So I know which ones I'm going to use on this. I'm probably not going to use these anymore because they fit kind of tight to the point where I don't like it. I like these. The only problem that I have with this is that the material feels extremely thin. Oh no! Is it really Volume 31 of Golden Kamuy is the last one in the series? I guess it had to come at some point, right? That actually kind of makes me kind of sad, but at the same time not sad. Like I just feel like, well, it was coming. I know it needed to end at some point because I was like, is this ever gonna stop? Like 31 though. That's actually an achievement. 31 volumes. I mean, it's nowhere near One Piece, but because I remember I asked my friend, I was like, "Yo, I'm really interested in trying One Piece," and they were like, "Bro, you got a long way to go." And I was like, "I'll just." And then he showed me how many volumes there were, and I was like, "I'll just stick to the anime." And he was still like, "Dude, you still got a long way to go. If you weren't watching from the beginning, you have quite the road ahead of you." Because One Piece is like a marvel. That one is another one that you should have been on the beginning train when it started. Wait, are these long enough to the point where they fit? Oh, that's so dope. Finally. Wait a minute. What else did I put this on? All right, I put this on wait. Let me see something. Cuz this is teaching me something now. What's the size? Ah, okay. There we go. So there's a size difference. Oh, got it. All right. Good to know. So these fit better on the what? What is this? Is this Kodansha? Yeah, it is. This is Kodansha. Okay, so Kodansha sized sleeves. These are the Bancho sleeves. Okay, good to know. All right. Let's see. Okay, so this one's done. Well, I'm gonna get this out the way. Uh, okay. That's good to know. Good to know. Good to know. I feel like I'm learning more and more the more I purchase these things. Uh, I need to make another video for sure. Discussing the new sleeves that I got because I have some other sleeves that are coming. And I'm gonna test those out to see how those work out. Um, but they're in transit right now. They're still in Japan. Well, I think they left Japan, but they're on their way here. But yeah. Let's see. I don't like this. This is another thing I probably don't like. I don't like it being in the center here because it kind of makes it harder to do this. Sorry if I'm got the shaky cam. There we go. It took me a year to catch up to One Piece. I say it was worth it if you got the time. Okay. One Piece, you know what? I should have gotten to One Piece when I had the chance. Um, I remember a long time ago, a friend tried to get me into One Piece, and I was like not having it. I just did not. I was just like, no, I don't feel like watching One Piece, and I probably should have started it when I had the chance. Because now I'm interested in it, but I s- now I just kind of don't have the time. Maybe you should get a GoPro while you sleeve manga. Will that work better? I don't know. Would doesn't a GoPro would have to like attach itself to my head, right? Or are you talking about in terms of like visual fidelity, like the way it looks is horrible? Because GoPros have like that mostly joking. No, but like I think GoPros have that kind of fisheye lens look, right? Where everything kind of looks zoomed in. You could watch the live action One Piece. Oh, you can watch the live action One Piece. I watched a couple of hours of it and I thought it was great. And then um I watched a couple of the fight scenes and I was like, wow, this is actually really good. This is like kind of like accurate. And then I made like the dumbest mistake and I went and watched Yu Yu Hakusho and I was like, wow, that was like a nosedive. and I went back to watching One Piece. And I love Yu Yu Hakusho, but wow, that was you know what, Yu Yu Hakusho's fight scenes are great, but and if you were ever a fan of the anime, man, that not not great, not great. Yeah, I should definitely probably go into watching um the show on Netflix. I'll cough up some money. I will definitely cough up some cash. Well, we're almost to the end. Almost getting there. Originally, when I was gonna do this, I was actually just gonna make a video, and then I was like, I feel like a video would probably be too long. And then now I'm looking at a stream and I'm like, wow, this is longer. But I think if I did it in video form, I could have just edited it. So, but I feel like this is way better because like I get to talk to you guys, so you guys don't think I'm dead or something. So I guess that's a plus. Get off my head. We got this. Dude, I can't wait to read this. Oh man, I just realized something. I gotta put all this crap on the shelf. I wish I had like some music to go in the background, but the speakers in my game room are pretty loud, and the wife and kid are asleep, so I don't want to do that. Did you ever see Netflix Blue Eyed Samurai? One series so far. I have not. I have not watched Blue Eyed Samurai. I don't. Well, I said this earlier in the stream. You probably. I don't think you were here at the time. I don't watch too much television. Um, I watch it whenever I get a chance to, but not too often. All right. So this is the next one. This is Dungeon People. Okay. So Dungeon People is another manga that I think is if you're into video games and like me, I love dungeon crawling RPGs. That's probably my hands down my favorite genre is dungeon crawling RPGs. Um and like adventure games. But this reads like a a video game. Like like the character gets experience, and every time she kills an enemy and they explode, they drop gems. Like it's actually really good. The thing with this though is that I think there's only 3 volumes, so it's really short. You can get this and you won't be like you won't have to like hunt for like 85 different volumes. Um, it's actually pretty easy to track down. Delicious in Dungeon is one that I did see. I probably should try that one as well. Um, there's a lot of manga that I spot with my eye and I want to read. But I think nowadays, because I've so I've only been reading manga for 7 years, right? But I think I've gotten to a point where I can kind of pinpoint what I'm going to enjoy. Before I used to just buy everything, and and then later on I'm like I don't like this. But now I feel like I've gotten to a point where I'm like I know I'm gonna enjoy this. I'm gonna grab it, you know, because there's a lot of things in my collection that I did in some previous videos that are gone. I just gave them all away. I don't really sell my manga. I just kind of give them away to friends. If they, especially if they enjoy it, because I just feel like, you know, if they enjoy it, it's better to them. But um, yeah, it's gotten to that point. It's not an anime, but on Netflix, there's a series called Midnight Diner, Tokyo Stories. My favorite television show next to Samurai Gourmet. Midnight Diner is great. I love Midnight Diner. Um, I also love anything with food. So like television shows that involve like food and people hanging out at night and going into like, diners like that. I love Midnight Diner. I love Samurai Gourmet too. Samurai Gourmet, I binged watched and then I watched it like two more times in a weekend. I just love those kinds of like storytelling. Like people can't they like they're struggling through their lives, but they find salvation through like different foods and culinary arts. It's like I love stuff like that. I'm a sucker for that. I love Midnight Diner. It's great. But Dungeon People is pretty good too. Okay, so this next one, I know you some of you guys saw it in a post that I put up. I bought this because the internet wouldn't shut up about it, so I bought it, and now I'm a fan like everybody else, and I hate it. And it's Oshinoko. I bought this the same. I bought this and read through it the same day I purchased it, and I already sleeved it because I already finished it. But damn it, this is really good. Um, I wish it wasn't so good. But it's entertaining. It throws me through a loop because the first half, like the majority of this book from here, like this giant chunk right here, is like you think it's one genre, and then when it gets to close to the end, it completely does a 180 and changes the genre. And for some people, I know that can be like annoying, but it threw me through a loop and I enjoyed it. Oshinoko is really good. I hate the fact that everybody said this was good, and usually I don't believe people when they say things like that. But it's good. It's very good. It's so good. In fact, I bought them all. I bought I bought the ones that are current in English. I bought one through four. So five doesn't come out till April, I think. So, but yeah, Oshinoko is definitely worth the purchase for sure. Have you read the creator's other series, Love is War? Kaguya-sama, right? Is that what it's... Yeah, Kaguya-sama. I never read Kaguya-sama, and I've never watched the anime. But with that being said, I do have a friend who has all of them. And I asked him that whenever I go over to his house and hang out, or he comes over here, if I can read it. Because what we do sometimes is sometimes me and my friends we have these things called manga jams, where instead of like playing video games or you know or like playing cards, what we do is we all bring over the manga that we're reading, and we sit on the couch, we play some music and like lo-fi music, and we basically read the manga we're reading, and then we pass it to the person to our left when we're done, so that person can read it, and then we all just talk about it when we get to when we're all done. So we do that, and my friend said that that he would let me borrow it when he's all well whenever I'm ready. So Kaguya-sama is on the list. It's been on the list for a while now, actually. If you want music recommendations, then I'd name Hello Meteor. Alright, what genre of music? Because I'm a sucker for music. I'm a sucker for music, but there is one certain type of music that I find hard to get into, and it's country. But I have found one country song that I actually do enjoy, so that's actually starting to change. Chill wave. I love chill wave. Chill wave is good. Vaporwave is really good. Lo-fi is pretty fun. Well, lo-fi is basically chill wave, right? It's the same. But Hello Meteor sounds like fun. What? Wait, I've been listening to a new lo-fi artist, and I really like them, and I forgot what they're called. I completely forgot what their names are. Dude, I'm really gonna have to. I'm gonna have to take all these books off my shelf and rearrange some things because I completely had to downsize my other shelf and move my video games to another shelf. I never thought that I'll get to a point where I start running out of space on my shelf because I was really adamant about saving up space. But you know, comes a time when you just run out of stuff. We're gonna have to start giving away some more stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna need some more recommendations for music. It's not quite lo-fi, but more ambient. I love that. I love ambient music. I noticed that, it's kind of funny. So I'm old. All right, I'm gonna say that I'm old, and I noticed that a lot of people nowadays don't listen to music with words now. They listen to a lot of tones now. And I'm the same way. I don't know what happened. Because I remember I used to listen to a lot of music with words. Nowadays, I listen to musics that have tones now. Like sometimes I find myself like I don't know why, but like I would I'll be up late and sometimes I'll be like let's say I wouldn't even be reading, but I would just kind of be just chilling on my couch, and I would put on like Blade Runner music, like Blade Runner ambient sounds or something, or cyberpunk ambient sounds, like, and I don't know why, but there must be like a thing going around where everyone is like leaning towards this for a reason. I hate the fact that I have to cut this, but it's a better version until I get the right the right size for now. What was this? His music doesn't have lyrics, but some vocal samples here and there. I notice I also lean towards music without lyrics. Yeah, a lot of yeah, I've noticed that. Like even same with me. I think for me, music without lyrics started. I'm trying to think. I mean, I could say it started with video games, but I wasn't really listening to video game music until a little bit after. Probably I came out of school. But it's hard. It's really hard to say. It's really hard to pinpoint. Wait a minute. Did I just run out? No. Oh, okay. No, there's more in here. Okay. Thank God. Because oh wait, I have like 5 packs of this. I don't need to worry. Yeah, music is my music. I think is like let me see yeah, huh. I would say it's about my fourth love that I have, which is music. I just feel like it just mellows me out. First, it'll probably be video games. What? Video games. Then I was video games, comics, I guess trading cards, and then music. That actually might change. That actually probably changes. Like I'll probably switch the trading cards with music because I listen to music on a regular. Like even when I'm at work, I just plug in both headsets. I block out the earth around me and I just listen to just anything but the world. Same here. Sometimes I just lay back and throw on some Silent Hill. Dude, you do that too? I thought I was the only one. I thought I was crazy. Like like I will listen to Silent Hill music like there's no tomorrow. Oh, you know what? It'll probably be better if I just did it like this. I listen to Silent Hill music like crazy, and I've never played a Silent Hill game. Well, that's a lie. I've played Silent Hill 2. I own Silent Hill 2, but I never played through it. I just killed that first monster in that kind of gutter in the tunnel, and then I go running around and I get lost and I get tired of playing it. I should definitely go back and finish that game because that game has great music. There's a there's a couple of channels on YouTube that have ambient Silent Hill sounds, and I love those channels, man. I sometimes I just listen to that stuff and I just zone out. So good. Wow, these covers look great. Yo, these covers. Now that I'm looking at these, hold on. I know Oshinoko has a Weiss Schwartz set coming out. Well, it came out in Japan, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna come out in English. But I noticed that there's signatures here. These kind of remind me of those SP signatures for the cards. that'll be so cool if like the English set comes out and we get that like that kind of signature. These are gonna look so good on the shelf. Ah, I've been watching a lot of Japanese like readers. I noticed that somewhere along the lines the covers turn black. They don't stay this white anymore. They eventually turn black. Like I don't know if you can kind of see like it's like a transition. Like the colors keep changing. See? Something definitely happens later on in the story and I can't wait. All right, so these are all done. Got the lips on there. Good. Now for another series that I'm really, really into. This is, I talked about this before. This is Go with the Clouds, North by Northwest. This is like, you can't really see, but it has like this, how do I, it feels like a pair of jeans. I always like this. Like if you touch this, it feels like you're touching denim. It's weird. But this is like, how do I explain it? It's like a traveling manga, but it's disguised as like a murder mystery. It's really, really good. I definitely recommend this one as well. The only thing is that this manga is kind of hard to recommend because it's one of those slow burns kind of reads. Like I'm not gonna lie, like when I read this manga a lot of the times, I feel like I'm um like I would have to read it and then I'll stop here and then I'll put a bookmark in it and then I'll read it again and it feels like I'm cutting away at the manga. Like I don't read it from beginning to end in one sitting. Like it's one of those. It's really, really good though. Definitely recommend for sure. I don't want to put the I don't want to put it in this one though. That I'll put it in I'll put it in this one because I think that's what I have it in. But am I a fast reader? Yes, I am a fast reader. Um, um, I'm pretty fast. Like, okay, so like, I bought this. Yeah, I would like go with the go with the clouds. North by Northwest is definitely for it's definitely for an older audience for sure. Like, you know, when you're reading something like Bleach or Naruto, and it's kind of like fast-paced action in your face. This doesn't read like that. This reads more like a slow, methodical kind of like traveling manga. Like on the back of every volume, there's always like new traveling things, right? Because I'm not gonna lie, this manga taught me something. Apparently, um, so the main character lives in Iceland, right? And whenever he's going to another town, he always has to prepare before he leaves. Because I guess in Iceland, like you know how like in certain places there's like rainy weather or in LA or like not in LA, but like in North California there's like firestorms or whatever, and then in certain places they have twisters. Well, in Iceland they always have to prepare for like blizzards, right? So whenever he's traveling to like a new town, he always has to like prepare, and then they always show you certain things that he prepares his truck with. It's really interesting. It feels like you learn more about Iceland, and the subplot is like he has to go solve this murder, and it's kind of like okay, cool, you know. But I really think that this book, a lot of people didn't I don't think a lot of manga readers really cared because I also do think that like a lot of manga readers are of the younger crowd too, and this kind of read just kind of just disappears. Um, it doesn't grab a lot of attention. Oh wait, did I grab the right size? No, I didn't. Wait, I feel like I did, but no. You know what? Let me go a size up. As a matter of fact, let me put this to the side because I'm gonna use this later anyway. Let me see. Is it this size? No, that's too big. Yeah, so I was right. So it is this. It just fits really tight. I definitely recommend this read though, for sure. Yeah, it fits snug. It fits so snug. And I put it on backwards. I put it on backwards. There we go. There we go. Probably gonna finish reading probably 2 books tonight when I close out. I'm probably gonna most likely finish Classroom of the Elite and maybe I don't want anything too action packed, so that'll be for the daytime. Yeah, this is super tight. I don't remember these things ever being this tight. Yeah, this is super tight. Why does it feel like that? Because the ones before don't feel like this. Unless they made these smaller. Let's see. I don't want to use that. Let's try this. Yeah, this gives me some breathing room. Alright. Do you have any rituals around reading manga and having a drink, listening? Yes. Yes. In order for me to read, I can't read in complete quietness for some reason. It makes my brain wander. So I choose not to. So my ritual is I have to have like some type of lighting on. I have slow music. There's a channel. Well, there's a song that I saved in my favorites a long time ago, years ago. And it's still up, which is weird, but if you try to search it, you can't. Um, but I think it's because the channel is probably hiding the because I noticed something when you favorite a video, if the channel decides to hide their video, it still shows up in your favorites. So, and it's also probably because I can't find it because it's in Japanese. But I found Japanese cafe music, so I usually listen to that when I'm reading, and I usually don't have like coffee or anything. I usually drink like jasmine tea or oolong tea. That's usually all I drink. Or what's it called? There's like this barley tea that I really like. This like rice barley tea that I get from this Korean mart that I go to a lot. So that's so weird because I remember these being a lot bigger. I should probably hold on. Let me check something. Yeah, that's so weird because my other books, like this is Go with the Clouds North by North, uh, Go with the Clouds North by Northwest #1, and these fit. Well, these are snug too, but I wonder why it's so hard to get these on. Maybe they probably reformatted the size or something because it doesn't fit. But it's okay. I prefer this anyway. Okay, so that's #1. All right, so this comes in handy. Actually, I got like 5 more packs of these, so I'm good on this. Oh, I saw another comment on here. Have you read Laid Back Camp? I love Yudu Camp. Yudu Camp is amazing. All right. Yudu Camp is hands down the most laid back, chill manga that, dude, like, you know what's weird about Yudu Camp though? Yudu Camp is the It is the manga that I choose not to read the manga, but I actually choose to watch the anime of because I feel like it's just very comforting. Like Yudu Camp is really, really comforting, and whenever I watch it, I just feel relaxed. It's really good. I'm definitely a fan of Yudu Camp. I became a fan of Yudu Camp a while ago, and I ended up buying like a cell phone case of Yudu Camp, and I think it got so dirty in my pocket because I was just putting it down on places and just like it just got messed up, and I was so mad at myself because I really like that phone case. I actually forgot it's called Laid Back Camp in English. All right, so these two are done. Sleeves are complete. All right. Well, this was already done. I'm just gonna put it to the side. All right. Now for the last books, and it's only four of them. This is the last, and it's this. I'm still reading this. I can't believe it. I'm reading a shojo because it's actually compelling. Um, I never thought I'd be into a shojo, but this is the only one that really, really grabs my attention. Um, and I think it grabs my attention because um, the situation around this manga is actually kind of like it's actually I had a friend in this exact same situation, so it's interesting to read it in Japanese format. Same. I love the anime, especially what? Especially the movie. I teared up towards the end, looking forward to the third season as well. I need to go back to watching it because I was watching it and I got really invested, and probably only watched like the first five episodes, and I don't think I was paying for Crunchyroll at the time, so I should probably definitely um, go back to reading that. This was which one was this? I think this was this, right? Yeah, it was this. Cool. Um, what was I saying? Oh yeah. With mint chocolate, I don't think a lot of people know about this. Well, I'm sure a lot of girls know about this, but this is like the kind of story where two teenagers who are in love with one another, and like they're dating in high school or whatever, and then all of a sudden their parents decide to get married. So they're like, so what do we do now? It's one of those situations, and hormones are raging and all that stuff, and it's like, but we're siblings now. I think that's hilarious, man. But in a sad kind of way because I had a friend who went through that. It kind of sucks, man. You know, but reading it is this is good. It's entertaining. Very entertaining. Let me see. The purple. All right. Let's get this down. Get this here. I'm probably gonna end up reading, finishing up Classroom of the Elite, and I'm probably gonna read the first volume of the Madaka Hero is impervious to my charms. I'm probably gonna finish. Yeah, these are the two I'm probably gonna read tonight. Um, what time is it? It's probably like midnight by now, right? Oh, I'm gonna have to make an order for some more manga sleeves soon, because I've been doing a lot of sleeving and I got some more books coming soon. Is this a Yen Press book? It is Yen Press. Only Yen Press charges $13 for manga. I think was it what's the other one? Viz charges what? $10? $10. I don't mind. I think I'm a Yen Press fanboy. Anyway, because most of my books are Yen Press. Let's see. Ugh. Let's get this in here. Okay, I gotta move this now. I gotta move this. I'm gonna have to do this. This actually took longer than I anticipated. I didn't think it was actually gonna. I didn't think this video was gonna. The stream was gonna be this long. That's so weird. So I'm just leaving it up. The time always flies when you're having fun, is what they say. One more. So I gotta take out the trash, and I gotta book, and I gotta organize my bookshelf. I got a long night. I got a long night ahead of me. All right. So I can go over here. Boom. Let's put this here. All right. There we go. There we go. So, we got mint chocolate. 4, 5, and 6. Sound like the night's on. You probably hit the sack at like 3 a.m. Is there anything that I want to play tonight? I don't know. Probably. Well, I don't know. Probably. We'll see. Go with the clouds. Well, this one was already on my shelf. Go with the clouds. North by Northwest. Those are all sleeved up and ready to go. Classroom of the Elite. Okay, so these two I'm gonna read tonight. I'm in a reading mood. Let me put this back on my shelf. All right. So that's there. Happy Sugar Life #1. Well, number 10. The finale. I can't wait to read that too. Well, that's actually gonna go on the shelf. I can't read 3 manga tonight. It's gonna be crazy. Pleasure and Corruption. Can't wait to read that. That comes later. Golden Kamui. Yep. Monthly Girls Nozaki-kun. Maruko-chan. I'm gonna have to fit that on the shelf. I hope my other shelf doesn't start bending. Classroom of the Elite. I'm gonna have to fit that on the shelf too. Okay, Oshinoko. What else is under here? Oh, and Dungeon People. Got it. Alright. Well, alright. So, that's pretty much it. All the sleeving is done. And I guess that's a wrap for tonight, guys. Until next time, see you guys later. Self-buckling, the problem is all too real. I know. I'm tired. Alright, guys. Thanks for the stream. Thanks for joining. Peace. How do I turn this off? because I don't really know how.